How's everybody? Good. Well, I've been really pleased with the players' sort of mental energy, intensity, how they've gone about their preparation for this week. We have a lot of work to do. This is a tough preparation on both sides of the ball, very good defensive team, a lot of multiples on offense, very mobile quarterback, good skilled players, good running back. A lot of adjustments to make to a lot of things. So we've had good attention, but we certainly can use every rep that we can get in terms of trying to take advantage of the opportunity we created ourselves to play in the SEC championship game. I think it means a lot to the team, and I think they've demonstrated that by how they've gone about their work so far this week. But as I said, we got work to do. I think the object is us understanding that we're going to have to work hard for everything we get in this game, and we're going to have to make them work hard for anything they get so that we don't really give them anything, and that's what we'd like to keep our focus on. Play well, execute well, take care of the ball, do the things you have to do to play winning football at your position. Don't really have anything on injuries or anything like that, so we're still rolling.
Coach, there have been multiple reports about Coach Smart having another position. Is that anything you can address? And in those situations,
You know, it's
with
not
things
my
like that?
real position to confirm any of this stuff, and I really can't confirm it. But I will say this. You know, Kirby has done an outstanding job here for us. He's worked really hard to do a great job with our defense for 9 years now. I think the guy would be, and I've said this many times before, do a great job as a head coach. I think that everybody in this building is very, very focused on what we're trying to do for our team, because regardless of what anybody's opportunities are in the future, all those things get enhanced by us playing well in this game. So I think that's what everybody's focus should be, and I have no doubt about anybody in our organization, you know, focusing, you know, on this. And as I told the players today, you know, everybody's focused on what we're doing for the game. The coaches really care about the players, and I think the players care about the coaches. And if you really care about the coaches and you know a guy's done a great job and he's worked real hard to create another opportunity for himself, you ought to be happy for him. Shouldn't be worried about it, shouldn't be concerned about it. And you also should know that we've had these situations in the past, and we always seem to bring the next best good coach in, so you'll continue to get good coaching and help you develop as a football player. So I think the players kind of get it, and so everybody's kind of zeroed in on what we have to do on Saturday. And incidentally, don't ask me any more questions about that, because that's all I have to say about it. I can't say it. I don't have anything else to say about it. So don't ask. There is no more. I know you would like to some kind of way extract something out of this bottle. That's not there. It's not there. You all speculate and create things, and then you want people to respond to it. Get this bottle to respond to it, because I don't know anything more than that. I told you everything I know. So you can ask the bottle, but don't ask me.
A couple of the offensive linemen said they felt the bye week is when they kind of got better, whether it was stuff they focused on individually as a group. Did you sense what's been the change in the offensive line limiting the negative plays since the bye?
Well, I think the cumulative effect of the repetitions that we've done, as well as I think we've done a little better job of practicing the things that we ended up playing in the game, which I think those repetitions help the players be able to execute better, make less mistakes, see those repetitions against more looks. And because the multiples that you see in a game sometimes are more than you can practice. Like, we can't practice every defense against. We got 220 pages of formations for Florida. All right, so you think we can practice every defense we have against every formation they got? some things you just have to be able to play on principles. But the more reps you get on the things that you plan to play is obviously going to help you against those things. Same thing with offense. You know, the more times you can rep something against the multiple looks that you're going to see, whether they're blitzes, whatever they are, the better chance you have to execute in the game, which eliminates the negative plays. So I think the offensive line is more confident now, but I think it's the way we practice the things, you know, that we're going to do in the game, and that has helped us.
With Derrick being 6'3", almost 6'4", 242, what makes that unique about him and his running style, and what advantage does that give him as a running back?
Well, you know, I think Derrick has a unique style as a player, and I think to appreciate that style, you have to say, look at the guy's production. And, you know, his size and speed are tremendous assets, but, you know, his instinctive ability as a runner and his power as a runner and the difficulty that he creates for people to tackle him make his style a little bit unique. Now, I don't think that had anything to do with how tall he is, but it is a unique style, but it's a very effective style. And he's had an amazing year. And I'm sure he would be the first to compliment all the players that play with him that have contributed to him having a great year. And I know he'd like to finish it the right way.
Yeah, I know you said you didn't have anything new on injuries, but with Kenyon Drake, is he going to be able to play this week, and what's his status for this weekend?
He's been practicing every day. So he's been practicing every day. So when the game comes, we'll decide whether he can play or not. I can't make that call right now. If he continues to practice well and he doesn't have issues or problems, he's day to day. So today he practiced. If he feels good tomorrow, he'll practice tomorrow. And then if he feels good on Saturday and he thinks that he's ready to go and he's not apprehensive, I always ask the player, after he gets medically cleared, do you think you can go in there and do your job with confidence and you don't have any psychological apprehensions? We're not having that conversation until Saturday, so I can't answer your question until then.
Go back to this side of Matt.
Nick, how much of a priority is it for you guys to keep Treon Harris in the pocket? Just watching them some, it seems like a lot of his big plays throwing the ball have come after he got out.
He has a lot of big play scrambles, and he has a lot of big play runs. A lot of his big play runs are when you don't keep good pass rush lanes and he steps up and takes off running. You know, when he runs sideways, he keeps his eyes downfield really well, and, you know, he's very athletic. I mean, he reminds me a lot of Blake, and I think our front guys are going to have to do a really good job with him. I mean, there's no question about it. They've got good skill guys, too, so it's not like you're going to just sit there and not worry about covering people. And he is a very capable passer. I mean, the guy's a very capable passer. He's completes a high percentage of his balls, and you know, I think the best thing you do is try to keep him in the pocket and press the pocket and push the pocket so he can't step up in the pocket is probably the best way to try to defend him.
You mentioned the O-line improvement. I wanted to ask you, how much did you get out of the bye week in terms of the self-scouting things that you do? You know, did that help y'all a bit?
Well, we sort of review that every week. I think when you have a bye week, you take a little bit more time with it and do some self-analysis on what you could do better, what you're going to play against in the future, maybe some of the things that you need to do. Now, the other thing that we do in a bye week is, you know, we took every team that we were going to play after the bye week. We didn't sit and work on LSU all the time. You know, we had a day on Auburn, we had a day on Mississippi State, and we had extra day on Auburn. So, you know, we actually had an extra day of preparation in some of the things that we were going to do in those games, which I think, you know, is also, you know, beneficial to the players. So when the game plan comes up for that particular game, that they've already been exposed to parts of it, and especially the things that are different. And I think that's beneficial. So, but you're only as good as your last play. You're only as good as your last game. And I think that we're focused on what we need to do looking ahead to try to play well in this game against obviously the best defense and the best team we played against all year. We haven't beat a team and won 10 games all year, so that's what we're focused on.
Coach, when you were an assistant coach and thinking about being a head coach one day, did you think about being an NFL coach or a college coach? And also, did you have a dream job out there?
Wow, man, I have gotten I haven't been asked so many like 20-year ago questions. You know, it must be my age. I think they have a name for it when you can't remember stuff very well, but I won't get into that right now. When I was a defensive coordinator at Michigan State, it's the first time we had success in 1987, I think it was. And we actually won the Big Ten championship, had the best defense in college football, and won the Rose Bowl. And Kent State, which is the school that I went to, job was open and I applied for it. And it's the first time that I was ever excited about thinking that I would have a chance to be a head coach someday. And I never got hired. So that's when I got a little frustrated and said, wow, if you did what you did here this year and they didn't hire you at your own school, you're probably never going to be a head coach. That's exactly what I thought. And that had a lot to do with me going to, a few months later, I went to the Houston Oilers and coached in the NFL for 2 years because I felt like, you know, I'll never get to be a head coach in college. So then after 2 years there, the Toledo job came open and there was interest there, so I ended up going there, but then went back to the NFL as Belichick's defensive coordinator. But really the job that I always thought about, because I spent 5 years at Michigan State, had a lot of good friends there, that's really the job I really kind of always wanted. And after those 4 years in Cleveland, got that job and really didn't care about any other job, to be honest with you. So, but I did think that I would go back to the NFL someday. I always thought that. If I ever got the opportunity to be a head coach, and I got that opportunity, and I think most people would agree that maybe it wasn't the smartest thing for me to do, but you learn a lot about yourself, and you figure out where you want to go and what you want to do. And I thought I wanted to enjoyed college coaching more because of, you know, the things that you do for players and how they sort of develop and benefit personally, academically, and athletically, and a lot more self-gratification in some of those areas and some of those things. So, and they happen every day. I mean, to see Roy Upchurch having success in his life right now, and B.J. Scott being a coach, and a lot of guys that have been in this program are doing really well now, and it makes me feel good to see them have success and feel like something they learned while they were here, you know, kind of helps them do that. So I don't know if I answered your question, but I don't think being a head coach is something I ever planned on. I never thought I'd have an opportunity for it. Then when I got an opportunity and didn't get it, I thought it had never happened, but it did. So, and I was fortunate to get at that opportunity and all the other opportunities that, you know, came our way, and certainly hope that we've done something to enhance the jobs that we've had in some kind of positive way. All right, thank you.